So look, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of you watching this right now are feeling stuck. And I do not mean a little stuck, I mean genuinely, deeply frustrational stuck. You have goals, you have dreams, you have things you want to build and create and become. And every single day you sit down and work on them. And nothing happens. You just cannot get it. And most people think the reason they are stuck is because they do not have enough energy or they do not have enough knowledge. They think if I just learn one more thing, watch one more video, read one more book, then I will finally be ready. That is completely wrong. The real thing you are missing is not energy, it's not knowledge. Because here's the truth, when you can lock on one thing, one singular task, for one special period of time, the knowledge comes automatically. The energy comes naturally. Everything you need to accomplish your goals becomes available to you. But you cannot focus, not right now. And the reason you cannot focus is because your dopamine system is completely fried. And that's what we're actually going to fix today. In this video, I'm going to give you the complete framework for a 7-day dopamine detox. What to do, what it's going to feel like, how your experience of the world is going to be different 7 days from now. And most importantly, how to actually integrate it after, so you do not just slide back into the old patterns 3 days later. Stay with me, this video is what you needed. Let me paint a picture for you of what normal looks like for most people. You wake up, phone is the first thing you touch. You are in bed, you have not even set up yet, and you're already consuming Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, whatever it's for you. Before your brain has even fully loaded, you have already handed it over to the algorithm. Then you sit down to work. And on your desk you have got a phone, a laptop, maybe a tablet. Every single one of them has notifications firing. You have 3 tabs open you are not using. You have Twitter feeds running in the background. Maybe a YouTube video playing because it feels productive. And you wonder why you cannot focus. Here's what actually happens inside your brain. Your dopamine system is your motivational system. This is what makes things feel rewarding. It is what makes you want to do hard things, to keep going when it's getting difficult. But dopamine works on contrast. Your brain measures rewards relative to your baseline. And right now, because you're giving your brain a hit of stimulation every 30 seconds all day long, your baseline is through the roof. Which means that when you sit down to do something that actually matters, building a business, learning a skill, creating something, your brain looks at it and goes, "This is boring. This does not feel like anything. I would rather go back to my phone." Not because the work is actually boring, because your brain has been so overstimulated for so long that it literally cannot feel the reward from normal productivity activity anymore. The dopamine detox fixes this. Not forever, not as a lifestyle, as a hard reset. You press the button, you reset the baseline, and suddenly things that feel impossible feel manageable again. That is what the next 7 days are about. So here are the 4 pillars of the 7-day dopamine detox. These are not my options. They are the 4 things I've tested over months and the 4 things that actually move the needle on resetting your dopamine levels fast. Do all 4, not 3, not the easy ones, all 4 for 7 days. So let's go. Pillar 1, 1 hour of screen time per day. That's it. Now before you say my job requires my phone, I want you to really honestly ask yourself whether it's really true. Because most of the time it's not. Most of the time what you mean your job requires communication. And almost all of the communication can be happening on a desktop. WhatsApp has a desktop version, email has a desktop version. Almost everything you think requires your phone does not actually require your phone. If you have an iPhone, go to the settings right now and add your screen time as a widget on the home screen. That way, every time you pick up your phone, the number is staring right at you. 1 hour, that's your budget for the whole day. And I want you to be intentional about it, how you spend it. Not mindlessly scrolling. Actually purposeful use. Messages, calls, things that actually matter. 1 hour, 7 days. That's pillar 1. Pillar 2. No YouTube. 0. For an entire 7 days. And yes, that includes videos like this. Now I know what you're thinking, but YouTube is educational. I learn things from YouTube. I'm being productive. No, you're not. I say this with complete love. 90% of people who watch self-help content on YouTube are what many call self-help junkies. They consume video after video after video about productivity, focus and success and motivation, and they feel like they're doing something. It feels like productive procrastination. But you're not doing anything. You're just getting a dopamine hit from watching someone else talking about doing things. So for the next 7 days, no YouTube. Delete the app from your phone. Close the tab on your desktop. If you need to use it for actual work, and I mean actual work, not background noise, not one more video, use a Chrome extension that removes all recommendations so you only see exactly what you're searching for, nothing else. 0 YouTube, 7 days, that's pillar 2. Pillar 3, no adult content. You know what it means. I'm going to extend this further than you probably expect. This also means unfollowing every Instagram model, every social media account that exists purely to generate that kind of stimulation in your brain. I know some of you think it's harmless, but it's not. Every time you consume that kind of content, whether it's on purpose or just an Instagram page of someone you are never going to meet, you're training your brain to seek reward from something that gives you nothing back. Real connections, actual human relationships, actual presence with people starts to feel less interesting than a digital simulation. And that is generally a terrible trait. 7 days, none of it. Use your imaginations if you need to do it. The old school way. Pillar 4, 10 minutes of meditation every single day. Just 10 minutes. That is all I'm asking. Now, I know some of you just rolled your eyes. I don't care. Do it anyways. Here's what meditation actually does in the context of dopamine detox. It trains your brain to sit with nothing. No input, no stimulation, no content. Just you and your own thoughts for 10 minutes. That sounds easy, but it is not. The first day is going to feel genuinely uncomfortable. Your brain is going to scream at you to pick up your phone, to do something, to consume something, and you're going to sit there anyways. By day 7, something shifts. You will notice it. The silence stops feeling like a problem and starts feeling like a resource. If you can do 20 minutes, do 20 minutes. If you can do 30, incredible. But minimum is 10 minutes. Every single day. No exceptions. That's pillar 4. So here's what actually happens when you do all of these 4 pillars for 7 days. Day 1 to 2. Honestly, it's going to be tough. You're going to feel bored in a way you have not felt in years. Real boredom. War. Nothing is happening boredom. Your brain is going to look everywhere for the next hit, but it's not finding one. That discomfort is the detox working. That is the withdrawal. Do not run from it. By day 3 and 4, something starts to settle. The noise gets a little bit quieter. You start noticing things you stopped noticing. The way your room looks. A conversation with someone that actually holds your attention. Food that tastes better because you're actually present when you eat it. By day 7, and I want you to remember, I said this. Things that before the detox felt difficult or boring are going to feel completely different. Sitting down to read, sitting down to work on something that actually matters. Tasks that used to feel impossible to start now have a pull to them. Because your baseline has reset. The stimulation you needed to feel reward from something has dropped back down to a normal human level. And at that level, real life, real work, real connections, all of it becomes genuinely interesting again. That is the whole point of the reset. Now, here's the part most people skip. and it's the reason most dopamine detox fail. You do the 7 days, you feel incredible, and the one bad habit sneaks back in. Phone is the first thing you check in the morning. Just this once. Then YouTube videos in the background while you work. Just this once. And within 2 weeks, you are exactly where you started. The detox is the reset, but you need something to go into after the reset. For me, that thing is what I call the structured daily protocol. You decide in advance, every single day, what your inputs are going to be, what you are going to consume, when you're consuming it, how long you are going to consume it. And you stick to it, not because you have willpower, but because the structure makes the decisions for you before your craving arrives. Decide when you check your phone. Decide when you're watching anything. Decide when you scroll. Put it in a box. Give it a time and a place. And outside the box, the apps stay closed and the phone stays down. You are not restricting yourself forever. You are just making the decisions in advance instead of in the moment. Because in the moment, tired, bored, and stressed, you will always take the easy option. The structure removes the choice. Now, look, if you want to do this yourself from everything I gave you, go do this. The 4 pillars are real. They work. 7 days and your brain is going to feel completely different. But if you want a done-for-you system, that exact protocol, the daily structure, the science behind why each step works and what to do after, I put together something called Dopamine Shutdown Challenge. It's a 2-week step-by-step system, 30 minutes a day. In 6 phases you understand how your brain got hooked, how to reset it, and how to lock it into a new baseline so the habits actually stick. $17, less than a coffee a week for 3 weeks. 7-day money-back guarantee. Do the work, see no results, get every cent back. Go fix the focus. Everything else gets easier after this. Most people are going to watch this video and do nothing. Do not be most people. 7 days, 4 pillars, reset the button. Like always, I'm rooting for your success.